Come to Crackerbox Palace at historic Alesa Farms in Wayne County, New York. Farm Animal Sanctuary, home to more than 200 rescued animals, working farm, site of more than 12 historic buildings, in active use, 600 acres of woods, croplands, orchards, and creeks, and more than 7 miles of trails. Crackerbox Palace is a not-for-profit corporation. It owns the property, and the Genesee Land Trust holds a conservation easement over it. It belongs to the community and is yours to visit the animals, hike the trails, enjoy the many events throughout the year, pick apples, volunteer for one of the innumerable projects, and savor the tranquility. With support from the public, the property now and throughout the years to come will be preserved as a farm animal sanctuary. Historic treasure, working agricultural and forest landscape, and community resource. Alesa Farms is a magnificent sweep of land on Sodus Bay. The farm has a remarkable history. It served as a stop on the Underground Railway and was an abolitionist and women's rights meeting place. The property was occupied by the Sodus Bay Shakers from 1826 to 1838. 2 of the Shaker buildings survive today. The Shakers vacated the property because they feared the area would become too commercial. The property was then taken over by the Furists, a social movement dedicated to creating a utopian society, but destined to bankruptcy within a few years. In 1924, Alva Griffin Strong purchased the property and named it Alesa Farms. He constructed many of the current farm buildings, raised prize livestock, and cultivated orchards. The farm remained in his family until, in 2009, a devastating fire badly damaged the Shaker-built main house, and the family decided it was time to sell. By that time, Crackerbox Palace was using the buildings and pastures for its rescued animals. Crackerbox joined with the Genesee Land Trust in a partnership to acquire and preserve the entire farm. With grants from the federal government, New York State, and foundations and individuals who recognize the significance and potential of the property, the partners raised enough funds for Crackerbox to purchase the farm and the Genesee Land Trust to acquire a conservation easement over it. The irreplaceable buildings of Alesa Farms include the 1834 main house and the 1836 trustee's office, both built by the Shakers, the 1880s West Barn and early 20th century office, and the buildings added by Alva Strong in the 1920s and 30s, the bunkhouse, granary, creamery and ice house, dairy and bull barn, now known as the cow barn, and the glorious horse barn with its interior feeding and ventilation system and wainscoting. The farm buildings are all in use, but they suffer from deferred maintenance and are in need of major rehabilitation and restoration. Without that work, many of the buildings may be lost. With a grant from the New York State Department of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation, Crackerbox commissioned an historic structure report. It is serving as the blueprint for the work to be done. Now we must begin a major campaign to raise the necessary funds. A first priority is the main house, which was so badly damaged by fire in 2009. It will require several hundreds of thousands of dollars to restore it for use, probably as a conference center or a bed and breakfast for farm vacations. Once restored, it will be a magnet for tourism, a source of revenue to maintain the farm, and a source of jobs for the area. Crackerbox is a no-kill farm animal haven. It was founded by Sherry Rollison and Bert Madison in 2001, and they continue to manage it. It serves as the large animal rescue for Wayne County and is frequently called to rescue animals from Wayne and surrounding counties. It is home to more than 200 horses, donkeys, goats, sheep, pigs, chickens, and ducks, and all manner of poultry, bunnies, and 2 cows. Their stories are varied, and they range from the tragic to the occasionally comic, like Kenny the goat, who was arrested wandering through Shaker Heights. Regardless of the reason for their coming to the farm, we work to bring them back to health and to find good adoptive homes for those that are adoptable. The rest will live out their lives at the farm with the love and attention they need and deserve. The annual budget to care for the animals is minimally $250,000, and that is a bare-bones budget. We need 10,000 square bales and 160 round bales of hay alone for the animals each year. We grow and harvest as much hay as possible, but unless there is a good harvest, we have to purchase it. Every year presents a challenge just to satisfy the hay need. Funding for the operation of the farm comes from individuals, sponsors, grants, fundraisers and events, and donated services and supplies. Much of the farm labor is provided by our dedicated volunteers. Indeed, without them, our very small staff of 2 full-time and 2 part-time workers could not possibly care for the animals in the farm. Volunteers clean stalls, feed the animals, groom them, form the large animal rescue team, and give the animals the attention they crave. The animals are very community-minded. They accompany walkers on the annual Farm Frenzy fundraiser, serve as send-off committee for golfers at the golf tournament, read with the children who come to the farm for reading sessions with sympathetic listeners, and enjoy the children's Easter egg hunt, Halloween party, and many other activities that Crackerbox provides for children and adults. And they love to welcome visitors. Bring some animal crackers and they will be especially welcoming. Crackerbox offers a special place for the young to visit, learn about animals, help with the animal care, and explore the wonders of the entire farmstead. Alesa Farms covers 607 acres, with 240 acres of prime farmland and 367 acres of rich hardwood forest, creeks, and marshes. It contains second and third creeks, which are 2 major tributaries of Sodus Bay. Second Creek provides a waterfall that is wondrous to behold. In the spring, the woods around Second Creek are full of rare wildflowers. The trails nearby are magical at all times of the year. The forests have been overlogged in the past, and we are working with Genesee Land Trust and forestry experts to restore the forest. We even plan to put the goats to work eating the invasive undergrowth. There are more than 7 miles of trails, all maintained by volunteers. They wind through the forest and are available for hikers and horseback riders. In the heart of the woods, there's a campground for visitors. Our mission is to provide compassionate care of animals and to maintain the farm, to contribute to the economic vitality of the area, and to preserve the property's historic, educational, environmental, and cultural resources for public enjoyment. We work to care for the farm, but it belongs to you. The farm is here for the community to enjoy and work with the animals, experience a working farm, learn from its history, hike the trails, and savor the beauty of the fields and woods. Come, make yourselves at home here, and help us by contributing funds and joining the volunteer work to ensure the farm will be here for generations to come.